All right. We back in here with another week 5 NFL preview. We back in here. Let me get my music going. Let me get my theme. Yeah, let me get my theme music going right here. NFL, which stands for not for long. All right, not for long. Your season is not alive, not for long. And I hope Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift they're done. Anyway, we got a great NFL preview for week 5. If your team is still alive, if your team is on a bye week, if your team is out of it, we're going to give you the ready for week 5. But anyway, man, let me see what's going on. Why is my screen off a little bit? All right. Anyway, my screen's off just a little bit. It is Saturday morning. I normally rest in, but I've committed to doing these streams, and college football is on. This is one of the first free weekends that I've had. So I'll catch up on a lot of things there. LSU getting in the end zone versus Missouri. Misery. Anyway, let's get in here. College football going crazy. Great games. You got rivalry week for a lot of teams. The Red River rivalry. And all of that. World Wrestling Federation is going to be going this week with Fastlane. Got the World Wrestling Federation going on. And all of that stuff. But let's not delay it and get into these week's games and tell you, and we'll predict. I didn't even keep track of my predictions last week. All right, but let's go over a preview of Thursday Night Football. The Chicago Bears get their first win. I know people didn't think that was coming. Chicago Bears get their first win against the Washington Commanders. And let me tell you, man, this game was actually closer than it looked. I was doing my live stream on Thursday night on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. We do it every week, 2 times a day. But I actually caught this game on replay. And Washington Commanders had every opportunity to actually take this game over. With about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I mean, they were dropping passes in the end zone. Your boy Eric Bieniemy was drawing up plays to get people wide open. Receivers can't catch the damn ball. The quarterback, Sam Howell, was running for his life and trying to make plays happen. And the Chicago Bears, with 3 touchdowns, I believe, from their receiver, 2 or 3 touchdowns, Chicago Bears barely got out of that one. It looked like a blowout, but the Bears, I think they missed the field goal. Even the Washington Commanders missed the field goal to bring it within a touchdown. The Commanders lost that game. And they should have no business being in that position. But let me tell you, the Bears should have got beat. Just my opinion. The Bears should have got beat in that game, and they held a lead, but it wasn't a commanding lead. They got out early on them. They did get out early on them, but the Commanders had every opportunity to come back and win that game in the fourth quarter. All right, they did. But anyway, if you didn't know that, but shout out to the Chicago Bears. They get a win on the same weekend as Dick Butkus dies. So if there's any connection, any believers, spiritual believers in sports, you definitely see a connection there. Bears off the schneid, and I think they have the Broncos. Where did they play last week? I think the Bears and the Broncos played last week. The Bears have next week the Minnesota Vikings, and then the Washington Commanders. You're on the list. You have the Atlanta Falcons. At least you have the STI Dirty Birds coming in. All right, you're going to Atlanta. All right, next game right here that nobody cares about. It is the London Jaggies. The London Jaggies. Same day they got the W. Okay, so there he goes right there. My screen is off. Hold on. Rosalinda messed my screen up. Let's see here. All right, my screen is off just a little bit. Yeah, the Bears won. They shouldn't have won, though. All right, they shouldn't have won. I saw the game on review, and I'm watching the game. I'm like, the Redskins should have won. But anyway, let's go to the game that nobody cares about, the London Jaguars versus the Buffalo Bills. This will be a throttling by the Buffalo Bills. The Jacksonville Jaguars don't have Nathan. Don't have Nathan for the London Jaguars don't have nothing for the Buffalo Bills. I believe these guys are going to be hungry. I mean, can you get football food in Jacksonville? I mean, in London? Can you get football food? They're going to be tired of tea and watercress and crackers. You know what I mean? They're going to be tired of eating cheese. You know what I mean? Cutting cheese and eating biscuits. The Jaggies, they like, man, I don't want no more biscuits. Can I have a steak around here? Do we eat steak in London? What are we doing? The West End girls. All right, and so The biscuit eating London Jags are going to lose this game. Buffalo Bills will go up, and the Buffalo Bills are back in business. Hold on for a second. I knew that was going to happen. Give me a second. My camera started to trip out, and let me adjust my camera. Yeah, yep. Rosalinda messed up my setup. All right, she messed up my setup. I normally don't let them clean this room, but if the door is open, they will just walk in and start cleaning in a room, and I'm like, I don't want this room clean. I don't want them to touch my setup. So I left my door open, and I wasn't around, and they came in and cleaned the room, but then they start touching stuff, and then stuff is all crazy. So what are we doing here? Biscuits and beer, fish and chips. They tired of fish and chips. All right. They want some real food. All right. But anyway, Buffalo Bills are back in business, by the way. And with the Dolphins losing last week, Buffalo Bills looking to take a big command in the AFC East. Miami might have to do something here to move up and stay competitive with the Bills. And that's that. All right. Look, what do we got up next? What do we got up next? And if that's your team, that's your team. What do we got up next? Serving up next, the next game we want to talk about is this is going to be an interesting game. New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are going down, down, down. They don't have a solution. Mac Jones benched in the last game, and they're searching for answers. Bill Belichick is having a reality check. Is he going to stick around for 3 years to try to break the record? Could he get fired? Could he leave this team and try to get the record, beat Don Shula? Because he needs 3 years with this team. Does he have 3 years? He might think he can get there in 1 year, but he's not getting 17 wins in 3 years. Okay. So I think the New Orleans Saints, which was my dark horse team, they're in trouble. They're going south. A lot of people had them potentially. Let me see here. I'm going to pull my injury report. People are saying Derek Carr is out. And if that's the case, yeah, it's a wrap. And it's a wrap for the season. Let me see here. I got my injury report here. Let's look at what the Saints got up. Okay, Saints. There's the New Orleans Saints right here. Okay, I'm looking at Saints have Derek Carr, questionable. And yeah, that shoulder is still hurting. I think they need to sit him down because there's not much going to happen there if Derek Carr continues to play injured. And there goes the big transit. That was the big transaction for them. That was the big transaction to take them to a playoff contender. And I thought they would make the playoffs in that weak ass division. Now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on a bye this week. So that means that that no one will lose ground. At least the Saints won't lose ground with a loss because the Buccaneers are sitting at 3-1, but they have a bye. And the STI Dirty Birds will probably take an L this week. We'll take a look. But the Saints still have an opportunity, and there could be two teams that come out of that NFC South. So the Saints could still be a lock. But Derek Carr being out, ooh, this is a toss-up. Let's see what this is right here. Let's see what the betting line is here. NFL lines this year. Let's see here. NFL betting lines. This is a toss-up. Yeah, Carr is injury prone. He always injury prone. So I don't, sadly enough. All right, let's look at the line on that game. Yeah, +1. All right. The Patriots are a 1-point favorite in this game. This is a complete toss-up. I think, who's gonna play? Is it Hill or Jamison? Who's gonna play in that game? Is it Hill or Jamison? If it's Jamison, the Patriots win. I don't think the Patriots going to win at all. Let's go New Orleans Saints. Let's go Saints on that one. And yes, I'm still riding high on the Saints. Patriots are garbage, but we'll see. Next game up is the Titans and the Colts. Another game of who doesn't care, right? Who cares about these teams? Anyway, yeah, Mac Jones are benched. So I think I'm looking at the Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts. Let me check out what the betting line is on this one. Tennessee Titans. All right. Colts, Titans a slight favorite over the Colts. But I'm going Indy. The Titans haven't looked good all year. I'm going Indianapolis. Let me check my injury report. Indianapolis is actually the line is moving all over the place. It looks like now the Colts are at 1-point favorite. This is, again, a toss-up. Both of these teams are comparable to each other. This should be a good matchup, and it's a division matchup, so it could go either way. It's not a rivalry per se, but it is a division matchup, if I'm not mistaken. Tennessee might want to get a slight edge over the this game. Who cares about these teams? Like, who actually cares? I think Indianapolis looks like the better team right now. They have the better momentum. They might slightly have the better quarterback play. Defense is solid on the Colts side. They got Colts as actually a slight favorite on one side, and then I do have them as an underdog, a dog on the other side. What are we doing here? All right, depends on where you bet. I'm going Colts on this one. I feel Colts. I don't know if I'm taking points on the other side, but I'm going Indianapolis. I feel Indianapolis got a little bit of an edge over the Colts right now. I mean, Indianapolis have a little bit of the edge over the Titans. That's what I'm going to do right now. Not much to say about these teams. These teams are boring. Ravens and Steelers. This should be a good game. However, the Steelers are atrocious. Yeah, they're terrible. The Steelers are garbage this year. Now, they can adjust at any point. Mike Tomlin, I do have respect for him or his staff and whatever they do. They seem to turn it on at the end of the season, as they did last year. I think they won like 8 or 9 out of 9 to get into the playoffs. Okay. But the Steelers are not competitive at all. The Baltimore Ravens, let me check their injury report. The Baltimore Ravens have been injured, and they've been able to sneak out a 3-1 record, even with being limping in. I mean, they've limped into a 3-1 record. Baltimore Ravens, a field goal and a half favorite. Odell Beckham still out. I didn't anticipate him doing anything anyway. And who else do they got out? They got Worley, their cornerback. Their cornerback is out. Pittsburgh Steelers, they don't have much injury, but they're bad. They're bad. I mean, I've seen them play. They beat our team, the Raiders, but they're not very good. Quarterback play is not very good. They might have to make a decision on what they want to do here. Okay. What do they want to do? Do they want to keep their quarterback, Kenny Pickett? He's off the injury report. He had a knee issue. Who's their backup? Trubisky? Oh, Jesus. Trubisky? Yeah, OBJ is done. Oh, he's going to be back next game? Okay. I got the Ravens on this one, and Pittsburgh is not going to be competitive. They can't move the ball. I watched them play live and in person. They don't move the ball very well, and that 2-2 record is very deceiving. Which one of the wins is against one of our final 4 teams, our final 4 weak teams, which are the Raiders. The Steelers are definitely going to go down into the dumps. Who's their other win? They lost to the Texans last week. They beat the Von Browns. All right, shout out to the Browns there. Another up and down mediocre team. But I got Ravens over Steelers. Let's go to the next game. We got Panthers and the Cowardly Lions. The Cowardly Lions, man. Wow. The Cowardly Lions are going to pick up another dub here at home. They are on fire. All right, they are on fire. Who would have thought? And everybody had them with their weak-ass schedule and their weak-ass division. Everybody had them as a Super Bowl contender. And here's the deal. There's nobody in the NFC North. There's nobody. We used to call this the NFC Central. No. That was the NFC North. No, it used to be the Central, didn't it? Yeah, it used to be back in the day. There's nobody. The Packers are not very good, although they might pick up a win here in Las Vegas. The Vikings could turn it on, but they are just stumbling out of the blocks. The Bears are trash. I got the Cowardly Lions here beating the Carolina Panthers at home, and this is going to be a spanking. Let's see what the line is here. Carolina, yes, Detroit is a 9.5-point favorite. The Lions are going to have some momentum going into week 6. And this momentum is going to be almost unstoppable at this point. Let me look at the Lions schedule. I want to take a look at the Lions schedule because this is going to be some unbelievable momentum going in here. Let's take a look at the Cowardly Lions here. They're going to have a momentum going into week 6, 4-1. See what we got. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. Then they got the Yucks. They might take a L there. The Ravens, they're getting a little tight on their schedule. They got the Raiders coming in, which is always good news. They as well as the Chargers. That's always good news too. Okay, when you see the Chargers on the schedule, the Bears, Packers, boy, when they get into November, they're gonna be in there piling up wins. Shout out to them. Are you taking the 9.5 too? Oh man, you really like the Lions. And Carolina is garbage. 0-4. They'll have Andy Dalton under the helmet, right? Taking snaps. Andy's a good player, but that team is absolutely garbage. 9.5, Detroit. And let me check the other site to see what their line is, just because, I don't trust. Let me see here. I don't trust. Where's the Lions? And they got 9 on the other site. So, yeah. And they got 9 on the other sites. All right, so here we go right here. Let's see what we got. These should be a good week. These are a good week of games right now. Texas and the Falcons, another game. These are some, Houston Texans got momentum. Who would have thought they'd be 2-2 at this time? And they got some good wins. The Atlanta Falcons, they are who we thought they were. Started off 2-0, and they're going to be steadily stumbling out of the blocks. This is going to be an interesting game. I want to check the line on this game right here. There's going to be another mediocre bowl. Falcons favored by 2 at home. I never have faith in the Houston Texans at all. They got there a couple of wins already, but they don't want to get themselves way out of the chance of getting some good players in the NFL draft. The Atlanta Falcons want to win, so I really don't know what's going to happen here. Field goal difference. Field goal wins or loses your bet. And I got the Atlanta Falcons on this one. CJ Stroud looks good. I got the Falcons on this one, although I don't think they're a very good team. Houston is coming on, but do you think they can win 3 in a row? That would be 3 wins in a row for the Houston Texans. All right, I'm not buying that. I don't buy that. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get the Texans. I think they won 2 in a row. Yep, they got 2-game winning streak. Jesus. All right, do they win 3? There ain't no way. I don't think there's any way they win 3 in a row. All right. Or we're talking playoffs. We're talking playoffs if the Texans can win 3 in a row. I got Atlanta, and they ain't covering it. They ain't covering that game. They not covering 2.5. I'm sorry, 2 point. Let me see what we got next. What do we got up next? Coming up. Oh, that's the same game. My bad. A little slow. Oh, another snoozer. Oh man, the Giants and the Giants and the Dolphins. Goodness, there's some teams, man, that are not very good. The New York Giants are absolutely garbage. They are atrocious. This game will be a blowout. I'm betting this is a double-digit favorite here. Let me see. They got to be a double-digit favorite. Yep, 12 points, 12.5-point favorite for the Miami Dolphins. This is going to be an ass whooping. Daniel Jones, I hope he makes it out of this game because they cannot block. This dude's going to get sacked 15 times. The Dolphins are going to run all over them. The Giants have absolutely no pride. This is an easy one right here. And Miami, do they get their other receiver back? That's what I'm wondering there, if they get their other receiver back. If they do, Miami's a dangerous team, although I don't think they can compete with Buffalo. Yeah. Yep. Let me see here. It says right here, the Giants continue to be in shambles. They got a lot of people injured on the Giants side. Saquon Barkley obviously still out. Jones might get sacked 10 times in his. Oh, he got sacked 10 times last game. I saw a little bit of that game. He looks bad. They need to. I don't think, and of course, when they drafted him, they got all kind of boos for drafting that guy. But for some reason, they gave him the big money. I don't know how much of it is a guarantee, but they gave him big money. He's bad. Daniel Jones is not very good, or he doesn't have an offensive line that can block. He's not a playmaker. He's not really a check down Charlie. I don't know what he does well. What does he do? They don't have receivers. This is going to be crazy. Yeah, they're going to be crazy. That game is an easy one to call. Dolphins with the dub. And continuing on here, Bengals and Cardinals. We got some teams going the opposite way here. Both of these teams definitely going to need a win here. Bengals and Cardinals. Does Arizona even want to win? That's my question. You have to look at the betting line on this one. Arizona is definitely the underdog here. Cincinnati is the favorite even at home. But can the Cardinals cover? That's all you're looking for because they're, let me see here, Cardinals. Did they bench their quarterback yet? I'm not sure. But Joe Burrow is back. Joe Burrow is back. Is he healthy, though? If Joe Burrow's back and healthy, the Bengals are a dangerous team. They just need him to be back and healthy. Yeah. Cardinals +3. Arizona going to win? I don't know, man. Let me see here. I don't know if he's healthy. Arizona does not want to win this game. Arizona, this is the worst thing for them if they win this game. But Joe Burrow's going to be back. He's just going to be a little bit gimpy. Man, this is going to be an ugly one. I wouldn't want to put no money on this game. But you might want to. I'm going Bengals. I'm going Bengals. He's not back. He's not back. I think the Cardinals want to tank. This will put the Cardinals in a worse situation standings wise, because if they win that game, they're actually going to be tied with probably the Rams going in, and you have so many teams that are going to be ahead of them. They don't get a quarterback. They need a quarterback. There are a lot of quarterback prospects out there, but they need a quarterback. If they get to the fifth or the sixth pick, they don't get a quarterback. You got the Bears, the Giants, possibly the Redskins that'll fall below them. You also have the Panthers, but they're not going to draft a quarterback. All right, the Saints might be, the Falcons, they might draft a quarterback. I just think Arizona can't afford to win. The Jets, they need a quarterback. The Broncos need a quarterback. The Raiders need a quarterback. Okay, you need, you can't fall too far behind. He said they got Kyler? They don't want Kyler Murray. I don't think they want Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is not the guy. So let's see what they do here. All right, let's go to the next game. I got Bengals, but that's just assuming Joe Burrow is going to be somewhat healthy. Next game, Eagles versus the Rams. The Rams aren't a bad team. I think Cooper Kupp is finally going to be back. Oh, yeah, the Titans have a quarterback. The Titans have a quarterback. I mean, they need a quarterback. They do need a quarterback. This is going to be an ass whooping. They got to be a double-digit favorite here. They got to be. They're not. They're only a 4-point favorite. I don't think the Rams are that good. I don't think the Rams are that good right here. Damn, that might be easy money. That might be some easy money. I'm not a betting guy. But 4-point favorite? That's too easy. Are the Rams that good? The Rams that good? Yeah, Cooper Kupp coming back. Finally, they're going to be healthy. The Eagles are strong. They are on the road, but they do have a lot of fans in Los Angeles. So this will be like a home team. All right, I think I got Eagles here with the dub. This should be a dub for the Eagles, although it could be a trap game. If the Rams win this game, you might have to think of them. You might have to look at some playoffs. You might be thinking playoffs if you're a fan, if the Rams get a win here. If they get a lose, you're going to have to see the coach for the Rams. You're going to see him in the doing the announcing booth next year, Sean McVay. You're going to see that. I think Eagles are going to win this one for sure. Eagles with the dub. All right, these are our predictions this week. And let me tell you, man, these predictions have pretty much gone as planned. We got 4 more games to review, and then we're going to get you on maybe some college World Wrestling Federation preview. We got a snooze fest right here. The New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. Which one of these coaches are going to get canned here? This is going to be ugly. Now, I would say that the Broncos should be a favorite in this game. The Jets are just atrocious. They're bad. They're bad all around. They had all of their faith in Aaron Rodgers. And once Aaron Rodgers is gone, they got nothing. The Denver Broncos are good on offense. They're pretty solid on offense. But Russell, whatever his name is, he's just weirdo. He's a weirdo. And I just don't see him leading this team like the way he needs to be led. I do think the Broncos are still going to win this game. Denver's going to win this game, and they're going to pat their goddamn stat wins in the AFC West, further pushing the Raiders into oblivion. And the Broncos gets the win right there. I know we can't trust Denver. I can't trust Denver. They're good at doing something stupid. They're at home against the Jets. So the Jets this should be an easy win by Denver. Let me see what the line is. Do we have the line? Oh, I did say it. 2.5 points. This will come down to the end. Denver I don't think Denver blows them out or embarrasses them. This should come down to the end. But Denver needs this win or something's going to happen. Denver needs this win or they're going to be calling for somebody's hook. I mean, the Jets should not come in and beat Denver in Denver. This should not happen. So I'm going Denver. Let me check the list here. That was Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy is I guess he's back. He's not on the injury list right there. All right, no injuries to really talk about there. The whole damn Jets team is injured. But the Jets have no answer. They have no quarterback. I think they just pulled a quarterback up too. They just signed a quarterback, but Zach Wilson is not that guy. And the Jets are going to be their fans are going to be in the dumps. They're going to be in the dumps. Okay, we got the next game, Chiefs and Vikings, the Chefs. This should be an easy win, even in Minnesota. I'd look at it. I think the hype of the Taylor Swift thing is going to die down just a little bit. Chiefs are a slight favorite. 3.5 point favorite in Minnesota. Minnesota's just not good. I don't think they're on the same page chemistry-wise. And I don't think they get a win here. Kansas City is tough, although they haven't played well at all. They haven't played well into their full potential. And they're missing a lot. They're missing their offensive coordinator from last year, who's been there consistently. They don't have a lot of receivers. They're not loaded at receivers like they used to be. And everybody knew that were going to happen because at some point they had to pay their quarterback. Right? Patrick Mahomes, the first couple of years, was playing on his rookie contract. And thus, now they got to pay everybody. You're going to have to make an exception at having all of these loaded-ass receivers. But I've seen the Minnesota Vikings play at least a quarter. And judging for what I saw, I don't think they're a good team. They're always going to be solid. They'll be competitive. But Kirk Cousins is going to do what Kirk Cousins does, and that's going to be the end. But I got the game of the week. Dallas and San Francisco. I hope I'm going to get a chance to see a little bit of this game. I normally do the money mindset during Sunday Night Football. But this game, I want to see. Because this is going to tell us who is the strong man in the NFC. And Dallas fans, they're hopeful here. If Dallas gets a win against San Francisco, they can start thinking playoffs. They're still going to get eliminated in the first round. But if Dallas gets this win, they can start talking playoffs if they stay healthy. If San Francisco wins, say goodbye to Dallas. Dallas and San Francisco wins ugly, which they possibly can. San Francisco's a 3.5 point favorite. If San Francisco gets this dub and they embarrass the Cowboys, which they could possibly do, if they're like 40-10, you know what I mean, like 35-14, if they embarrass the Dallas Cowboys, say goodbye to all the Cowboy fans. They're never going to recover, and we can officially crown the Niners as the favorite in the NFC. We will officially crown it. I know Philadelphia is going to be mad when I say this. Philadelphia's got a horrible schedule in November. San Francisco's got an easy schedule. They got the Cardinals to deal with twice, the Rams, Seahawks. Seahawks looking good. I think they have a bye this week. Did they play earlier? They have a bye. I think the Sea Aggies got a bye. Yeah, the Seahawks got a bye this week. But yeah, I got San Francisco with the dub. San Francisco with the dub. And that's going to put Dallas fans on watch. Yeah, that's going to put the Dallas fans on watch. And then they're going to have to they're going to scramble because they're going to get 3 more losses down the line. So that'll be 5 losses. Yeah, you're still doing well. You're still doing well. And the Monday night game, which is not going to be a good game at all. It's not going to be a good game at all. The Raiders and the Green Bay Packers. Monday Night Football. I probably will. I won't be doing any stream that night, obviously, for obvious reasons. The Las Vegas Raiders. I think the Packers are favored in this game. Let me see here. The Raiders are favored in this game. Odd. Las Vegas has something in store here. Raiders are favorite. The Packers are not very good this year. I'd not have been a fan of Jordan Love. They're on the decline. They have been dropping games, but of course, when you see the Raiders on the schedule, you definitely look at like, okay, we could get back, make this thing happen here. The Raiders defense is absolutely garbage. No pressure on the up front. No pressure on the quarterback up front at all. Any escaping quarterback can get away with the slightest amount of pressure from Max Crosby. Chandler Jones is out and going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We have no second person on the right side that can pressure. Okay. Can't blitz. Can't defend in the backfield. Can't defend in the quarter. We can't defend out. We can't defend receivers. Defense is absolutely garbage. Okay. The offense is terrible. Josh Jacobs ain't doing a damn thing, but of course, everybody knows how to stop the run. Our quarterback play is god-awful. God-awful. We had AOC, Aiden O'Connell, come in there, fumbling the ball all over the goddamn field. Your quarterback, Garoppolo, I mean, is he playing today? Let me look up who the hell we got playing them. Okay, they don't have the injury report yet. Raiders look terrible. The only thing that we have is Adams. That's the only thing the only person doing anything is Adams, and he's a one-man show. Our coaching is terrible. The coaching is the worst thing out there. Josh McDaniels and his play calling is terrible. Terrible. I watched him throw the game away many, many times. And you can god dang bet that he's going to make a dumbass call. He's going to make a dumb call in the wrong time. Therefore, as a result, the Raiders will probably lose this game in another kind of Raider way. It'll be a Raider way that we lose this game. It's not going to be the fact, it came down to the wire. Green Bay made a good. It's going to be the defense is going to give up the backside, the banana in its own pipe. The offense is going to throw the ball away or fumble it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he makes decision, kicks the field goal down 15. Like, I mean, it's weird. And the Packer fans will be loaded in that stadium. It's going to be a Packers home game. Every cheesehead from Wisconsin and everywhere else will be dominating that stadium. And everybody's going to say the Packer fans were outnumbered the Raiders. Well, every fan outnumbers the Raiders fans in Las Vegas. That's every game. But of course, they're going to make a big deal. It's like the Chargers and the Rams. Same thing. It sucks being on the West Coast. The only West Coast team that gets, California team or West Coast, the 49ers really are the only team that has a fan base that can fill a stadium up with their fans only. The Chargers, the Rams, the Raiders, even with, decent fan bases from the Raiders and the Rams, we're just a destination city. So I got Raiders favorite here. My hope says we can win this game based on how we played thus far. I think we're one of the top 4 worst teams in the league, and we should not be. Green Bay Packers gets the win. Raiders, if you lose this game, you're going to have Raider fans revolting. Oh, by the way, another reason the Raiders fans can't come to games is they can't afford them. They can't afford them. By the way, Lakers will be playing at the same time as this game. And Lakers are playing the Brooklyn Nets in Las Vegas. So that's another reason. There's going to be more Las Vegas fans will be at the Lakers and the Nets game than they will be at the Raiders game. That's yeah, that's going to be crazy. There's going to be more Las Vegas people go to see LeBron than they go see this Raiders game. And especially, I will be at the Lakers game. I'm going to be at the Lakers game. How about that? I'm a Raiders fan. Monday night, prime time, Raiders, Packers, and I'm going to be at the Lakers game. That's how much faith I have. That's how much faith I have in the Raiders. Not even going to the Raiders and the Packers on Monday night. I'm going to the Lakers anyway here. It is what it is. So that's my faith in that team. Let me see if I could give y'all some more predictions before we go out. And we have WWE Fastlane. Is that tonight? I think it is tonight. Fastlane tonight. Let me go look at the card right here and see if we can get some predictions for y'all, us wrestling fans. Wrestling fans. Let's see if we can get some quick predictions, and then we'll give you some college football, and we'll be outie. All right, wrestling fans. We have Fastlane. And let's see what we got here. We got the World Heavyweight Championship match, Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I think right now, Shinsuke is primed. How many title shots does this guy get? He is primed for a win, but I don't think he gets the win tonight. Seth freaking Rollins with the W. But it's going to be interesting right here. Okay, they need to put Shinsuke Nakamura over here, but they won't. Seth freaking Rollins. All right, we got John Cena and LA Knight versus the Bloodline, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. This is going to be, I'm thinking this is a main event match, but the crowd's going to go wild. They might finish off the event with this one potentially. And the crowd's going to go nuts. John Cena and LA Knight going to get the dub here. And it's going to be, yeah. Oh, they're even saying this. They're even saying it right here. John Cena, LA Knight with the dub. All right, undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. The Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, Senior Money in the Bank versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. I don't see Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes needing to get over on this one, nor do they need a title run, nor do they need a title change. But we're going to go with the Judgment Day with Damian Priest and Finn Balor remaining the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. We got the World Wrestling Federation Women's Championship. And that Io Sky woman, I'm going to tell you, boy, I'll tell you, that girl right there, she a nice piece of calico. And this is a triple threat match, it looks like. And that was brought to you by not Becky Lynch, anyway, I can't remember her name. But this was put together here. This is a lady here that probably was going to send it, but listen. Hey, what is the woman who put I can't remember her name. Anyway, this girl right here is good looking. Oh my goodness. I like her right here. I like her. That Io Sky. She is nice and foldable. All right. I like them. But I think she gets the win here, and it's going to be hook or by crook. By hook or by crook. And I can't think of the woman's name here. I said Becky Lynch, but that's not the lady I'm thinking about. She's the loudmouth, brash, kind of, I can't remember her name. She's part of Damage Control. Anyway, she made this match to set up Io Sky. I think there might be some backstabbing, some double crossing going on potentially. I like that Io Sky though. I'll watch her wrestle. We got the Latino, not Charlotte Flair, it's the other one. Anyway, Latino World Order versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. I got the Latino World Order going over. Potentially, though, Bob Lashley and the Street Profits have got back together. So this could be some interesting developments here. Street Profits have turned a little bit negative. They're wrestling a lot more heel. Latino World Order will have the crowd going wild. Maybe there'll be some cheating by Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. But it could be. It could be an interesting matchup. The Street Profits would have to do some cheating, and I think they're ready to cheat. Still, I cheat, I steal, I win. All right, I'll tell you the person that I was thinking about here in a minute. Can't even think of her name. You know me with names. And that's going to be the last match right there. Hold on for a second. Bayley. That's who I wanted. That's it. Bayley. So Bayley, this is why I think there's going to be some interesting developments in the women's triple threat match. Bayley is the one who scheduled the match. So in a fit of rage and a little bit of a temper tantrum like Bayley does, Bayley actually made the triple threat match with her partner in the Damage Control, Io Sky. So there's something going on there. She's going to play a part in it. She might interfere, but it might be some interference that helps Io Sky or hurts Io Sky. Bayley. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Anyway, what's my view on Jane Cardigill? I can't pronounce her last name, but she's an impressive looking specimen. I'm going to tell you that. And let's get NCAA football and Major League Baseball. How about we do that? We're an hour in. Let's go Major League Baseball playoffs. Let's go baseball and then college football before they get to halftime. Major League Baseball playoffs. I haven't been following too much, but let's just go ahead and do it. What do we got going on here? We got Phillies and Braves. Okay, we got some good teams matching up here. We're in the championship. All right, we're in the division series. We got Twins and Astros. Twins were on fire in the playoffs, but the Astros are a little bit too much, man. Astros are going to dominate this series. Twinsies don't have enough. The Twinkies don't have enough. The Astros are dominant, man. They're always going to be dominant. They're going to be hard to beat. I got a matchup here. Atlanta Braves and the Phillies. Phillies look good in the playoffs early on. Atlanta Braves are almost, they're not going to be able to compete with the Bravos. They're not going to be able to compete with the Braves. This is my opinion. I think Braves, baseball is hard to score, to bet on. It's a good place to bet on game by game. But let's just say Astros get the win over the Twinkies. Braves get the win in game one and over the Phillies. Expect the Dodgers collapse, but not yet. Dodgers will win this series, but the next series or the World Series, Dodgers will not pull through. That's just what the Dodgers do. What have the Rangers got right here? Rangers and the Orioles. Baltimore playing like gangbusters this season. Were they the best team in Major League Baseball record-wise? The Orioles, what a turnaround. What a great story. Texas Rangers playing decent here. I got the Orioles winning that series, but it could go down to game 7. So we got our final 4 teams here. Well, not our 4 teams, our 4 series, final 4 series. This should be good. I should be looking at this. I should be watching game by game, maybe putting a couple of pennies on this one right here. Who's coming out of here? I got Braves, and I got, wait a minute. Okay, I got Braves, potentially Orioles or Astros. I got to take a look at this. I'm going to investigate a little bit more. Atlanta's tough. Dodgers might collapse. The Dodgers are like they're not a good team to bet on. Or you can bet they'll collapse. All right, so that's who I got today. I got Orioles with a win. They're on a rain delay right now. It looks like they got a delay. I got Orioles winning today, Dodgers winning, Bravos and Astros. Everybody holds court at home. Okay. Philly looks good though. I did see that they were really doing good in the playoffs. But can they mess with the Astros like that? The Astros are a different team. The Astros are a different team. NCAA football. And then we're almost at the hour. Okay, Ohio State having trouble with Maryland. Let's quickly go down some weak games here, some games here. LSU's losing, of course. LSU's losing. All right. Oh, they're running the score up too. I need Missouri to still go, man. I need that game to be like 35, 36 points. All right. I got the over in that game, over 64 points. I need that game. I need them to score a lot of points. Ohio State slightly losing. Don't worry about it. Ohio State will come back and win. Texas should win versus Oklahoma, although they're having a little bit of trouble. I got Texas over Oklahoma in the Red River shootout. The Red River shootout. Texas should win, and they better win, and they need to win by at least a touchdown, according to me. Okay. UCL week in Washington State. Oddly enough, I think Washington State's the better team. UCLA could get the upset, but if you ever are betting on UCLA, you're a fool, and I'm a fool today. UCLA, let's get a win here. Washington State's a good team. I think Washington State blows out UCLA, or UCLA slightly wins. It's going to be a tough one. UNC, North Kakalaki should beat Syracuse. Not a bad thing here. Texas A&M over Alabama. Texas A&M over Bama. I got Alabama. They're not good. Don't believe that ranking right there. The Tide are not that good. They cannot move the ball. Their quarterback play is atrocious. Texas A&M. What this university, man, this football team, you don't know what you're going to get. But they're at home. Texas A&M does have a history of beating Alabama at Texas A&M in College Station, and that's going to happen again. I think Texas A&M beats Alabama. Roll Tide. All right. Brandon's messed up right now. All right. We got Florida State. They'll get a trap game at some point, and they'll become who we thought they were. Georgia, all over Kentucky, and it might be an ugly one. Oh, this should be an interesting one. Notre Dame and Louisville. Notre Dame's pretty good. They're not as good as the top 5 teams. Louisville is also pretty decent. I've seen them play. Louisville at home. I got Notre Dame. Notre Dame. Ole Miss and Arkansas. Arkansas is garbage. Why even talk about them? Michigan picks up the dub. The U, they'll slip up. I don't know if they'll slip up against Georgia Tech. I got the U beating Georgia Tech. Oregon State will throttle California. Shout out to DJ. I can't pronounce his last name. Transfer from Clemson. Oregon State's legit. I have Fresno State, Wyoming. Let's give it to the Dogs. USC should be Arizona. Arizona's bad. Colorado, another team that you're probably thinking about. Deion Sanders playing Arizona State at Arizona State. Let me go ahead and pull that game up real quick. See if we can pull that game up and get some idea what we're looking at here. Oh, LSU with a big run. All right, there you go. I need that. I need them to score lots of points. All right, lots. Colorado football schedule. Arizona State. Sun Devils are 1-4, ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen. 1-4. Deion and the Buffs should win that game easily. Okay. Now, the thing about the Buffaloes, everybody's like, oh, they're down. Guys, they're not down. All right. Nobody expected them to beat Oregon. Everybody knew that was going to be an ass kicking. And as a matter of fact, they played well second half against the USC Trojan. I mean, they were within a couple of a possession of tying the game. A possession, which was odd because USC was kicking their ass in the first half. And they actually played with pride in the second half. And I think, is there a player coming back? I'm not sure. Ugalongale. I can't pronounce it. I can't even pronounce regular names, so I'm sorry. Ugalongale. Okay, but Deion Sanders gets a dub here, and let's check their schedule. Let's see if they're on track to get 7 wins. We think they can get 7 wins potentially. They got their biggest, toughest games out of the way. They got their toughest game. Well, not really. But there are 2 ones that they were supposed to lose. They got out of the way. So they can beat Arizona State. They should win. They should beat Stanford. Stanford's terrible. Then they have UCL week at home in Los Angeles. So that will be prime time. UCLA, you never know what they're going to do. Chip Kelly can run the score up or they can look terrible. Oregon State with DJ Ungalingale. Shout out to him. That should be an L. Arizona could be a win. Washington State's going to be an L. Utah's going to be an L. Uh-oh. They only got 3 wins in here. Travis Hunter's still out. So they only got 3 more possible wins, possibly 4. Some of these other games could be competitive, though. They got 3 for sure. They got 3 wins coming for sure. So that'll get them to 6. I believe that's bowl eligible, if not 7 wins. The 7th win, who do they get? They got to get UCLA. They got to sneak UCLA to get the 7. If they get the 6, it will still be a successful season, but people will still be talking that shit. Yeah, anyway. He says they better use that tight end. They're going to be, yeah. All right. Did we get it? He says all they talk about is Colorado, and yeah. It's kind of what happens there. But these are the stories of the year. Colorado's having a successful season for all intents and purposes. And can they get better? Apparently, somebody sent me an article saying that they're going to start changing the rules on potentially the transfer portal, so Deion can't take advantage of it. But he's already kind of stuck with some players too, because he got them to transfer, and he can't get players to transfer multiple times. So that's going to get him pigeonholed a little bit. He's going to have to recruit some high school players, and he's going to have to beat out some of these big schools for some high school players. He's going to have to beat them out. All right, I don't have any idea what's going on in Premier League soccer or football Premier League, so I wish I could talk about it. Yeah. And also their financial effect, Deion's financial effect on Boulder, on the university. I actually saw a university commercial where they had the prime effect. I mean, he's going to help them recruit significantly, and he's got celebrities still. They'll still be on the bandwagon for him. He's having a good season. Football. Hold on. Somebody's asking me something. I don't even know what that is. And then we're going to get out of here. I don't know what that means. Oh, I don't know what that means. All right, you asking me something here. All right. Yep. Anyway, Boulder has money. Boulder is a sleeper for the city. I think you meant is a sleeper city for the rich. Yeah, I've been to Boulder a few times. Beautiful place. I actually played an NCAA tournament game in Boulder. We played Colorado. Actually knew the staff at Colorado, and I used their facility when we will play schools in Colorado. And seems like I've been to Boulder at least 3 times for sure. I've been there 3 times for sure playing Colorado. And also, I know I've been there maybe potentially 2 more times. But I love Colorado, my favorite state. And it's Colorado. And it's so colorful there. Such a colorful city, such a colorful state. I love Colorado. That's my first state. That's my number 1 state. And it's great all around. Like, it's great in Grand Junction. It's great in places like Durango. It's great in places like Gunnison. Alamos is not that great. Southern Colorado is not that good comparatively. But their colors, Colorado is what I always call it. It's Colorado. I believe that name probably comes from that. So colorful. And no matter what season, it is so beautiful there. The winter season is beautiful there. The summer season, the spring, the fall. Colorado Springs is decent. Pueblo's not that good. It's okay. Pueblo is kind of like New Mexico extended. Alamos is like New Mexico extended, but it's decent. But even the weather, the dryness, the It's beautiful in the winter. There's Silverthorne, beautiful area. Silverthorne is a beautiful area. Vale, I've been through Vale. Denver is nice. Fort Collins is Wyoming extended, but it's decent if you like the history and the heritage. I love Colorado. Boulder is crazy. Somebody said we don't F with Pueblo. Pueblo is New Mexico. They just got cut off in Colorado. But anyway, that you have all seasons, all activity, all outdoor. Colorado's beautiful. And Boulder is very nice. Boulder is very nice. It's very liberal in Colorado and in Boulder, but Boulder is a beautiful place. I think it's a perfect place for Dion. It's a perfect place for him to build his name and reputation. Had he went to a school that had a history, a crazy history, like he had to follow Nick Saban, I don't think that would have worked for him. He needed his own stamp. Like going to UCLA wouldn't have helped him, but going to Colorado helps him like crazy. But I think, yeah, lots of flatbacks. If you like flatbacks, girls that don't paint their toenails, they wear Teva sandals, eating trail mix, wearing sweater vests and North Face jackets, blonde hair, girls with no lips and little makeup. Yeah. Who's up on UFC? We're almost at the hour mark here. UFC tonight. See what's going on with UFC. Yeah, the girls with no lips. All right. And they got some cowpoke girls up there. They got some big old cow ranch girls in the back on the eastern side of Colorado and shit. Yeah, shout out to them. I think the quarterback from Colorado is good. He's good. UFC tonight. Do we have any fights tonight? We do have fights. I just don't know. I haven't followed UFC, just to be honest. I'm going to start following UFC, to be honest. I need to get into UFC. I definitely, for a lot of time, I've not looked at UFC. All right. But for some reason, I'm in Vegas, and they have a UFC arena here. They got a lot of opportunities for me to see UFC. So I'm going to do it. Oh, NBA. I'm going to do a separate stream for the NBA. I'm going to do a separate stream because they're getting into training camp. I'm going to do some research and all of that stuff. Indeed. All right. Somebody says, so snow cows with flat feet and sausage toes. They got them. They got them. If you like white women, Colorado's a great place. Utah's a great place if you were a brother. All right. But don't be no anyway. But NBA, I'm going to get into it. And NHL. All right. NHL's coming up. What a great time to be a sports fan. And of course, this is our bread and circus. We admit it. We take this time to use this as therapy. I'm a sports fan. I've been a sports employed by sports a long time. And yes, it is bread and circus. We understand that. A lot of it is scripted and not as real as you want to believe. But at the end of the day, this is our therapy. This is our therapy. I'm going to do an NBA stream probably coming up this week or next week as we get closer. And I did Dame Divorce. I did already. All right. Shout out to y'all, brothers. Thank you for the support. And we out. Peace.